G'day traders, Sam here from Trade to Prosper, here to give you my thoughts on Solana. G'day guys, Sam from Trade to Prosper here to give you some thoughts on Solana. And not long ago, 2 days ago, I did my post on Solana against the US dollar, and you can watch that on YouTube, etc. But here I'm going to look at Solana against Ethereum, Solana against Bitcoin, and why. From a strategy perspective, what I'm looking for is to flip my Ethereum, a lot of my Ethereum, into Solana, the way it's looking. So I'll give you the reasons for it. And following up, I might look at Matic and AVAX as well from this perspective, and give my thoughts on those in following videos. And most of them will be posted on YouTube. So what do we have here? It looks like a reversal. Solana against Ethereum. We have the daily chart. So here we have Solana against Ethereum, and it's looking good. Now, actually, this is not the right chart. Oh, bummer. Give me a sec. Let's do this again. Solana USD against Ethereum USD. If I'm wrong, here we go, that's better. Alright, here we go. We have this macro trend line pretty much played resistance all the way through, and one could argue that that was the breakout from there, and that's why we got the strong move against Ethereum. Now, if you know the bump and run strategy, this seems to be the case. Also, when we look at from resistance perspective, that was our previous resistance, and it did it a few times against Ethereum, and you can see the breakout. We can also look at this bottom selling capitulation, and so that will be our second selling capitulation from a Wyckoff perspective, and our secondary test. And in my case, in my theory, is that this is the bottom, and we are likely to continue. We're going to approach volatility when we get to this level here. All right, so that is likely to continue, and you can see there's fair value gap, so that's going to be covered, and I do believe that this is going to continue to go up. Once we hit that, maybe we'll come back down type of thing, and then bang, continue, because this stage is the breakout stage, and it's usually volatile, and wouldn't surprise me that we pull back. It wouldn't surprise me even if we pull back from there as well. But Solana against Ethereum, it's looking good from a Wyckoff perspective. If we add our Fibonacci to it, let's just do that to that level there, and let's just clean up the chart. So from okay, let's look at a weekly. Weekly is probably a good way to start first. From a weekly chart, you can see we have our weekly level, and put our magnet. That weekly level is broken. Even from the wicks, it's broken up. And our next weekly level is there. I just put that in as a template. Our weekly level. Now, it just caught my eye there. Does this have anything to do with the weekly level? Maybe. We'll see. So that's what we have at the moment. Very bullish move. You can say it's an Elliott wave accumulation. And so if we try to apply... Sorry about that, guys. If we to apply our Elliott wave count, that's our A, B, C, D, E, and that also fits our model. And you can also say that, okay, from a formation perspective, it's like a bottoming reversal structure, doesn't it? It is. It's a bottoming and it's breaking out. So what's the target? Well, we could probably use two methods. Well, let's just include this level, not the wicks, playing conservative. and the breakout. So that's one of our targets there with a measured move. So let's put that as a target. And that doesn't help. And also let's put our Fibonacci. If that's our 1.618 is there, the golden ratio. So that we could probably go for that as well. Do we have it? Golden ratio target. And that's the best scenario, right? Measured target, golden ratio. Now let's just be a bit conservative and pull that back a bit. We got that, and we were going to do the other one. Swing high, swing low, and just put that in blue. Let's see what we got. So those two is a nice area. I think we can potentially, if it goes bullish, we're going to hit those. But the short term, this is going to be our resistance area, and you can see why. That's our resistance. Give or take a bit, but that is definitely 1.14 to 1.618. The weekly, so short term, we're going to hit that, and then maybe consolidate here. Consolidate, and then potentially go more. From here, at times you can say that from an elliott wave perspective, we can potentially say that's our 1, 2, potentially 3, 4, and a 5, maybe short term. Give me a sec, let me see how I think about this. We can do that as well. A bigger chart is actually something like, you know, the bigger macro, probably who knows where. We'll look at that later on, not today. But if this is our elliott wave count on a smaller time frame, we can probably say that is our 1, 2, and potentially 3, 4, and a 5, being conservative. And then we have our bigger line, and what's likely to happen is we hit our target and then pull back a bit, and then potentially further up, and that could be continue on with our 3 and 4. So I'm thinking along those lines, guys. From a indicator perspective, so here we have the MACD is, look at it, beautiful. It just continued to flow on the weekly. We got a wave trend. This is also bullish. Everything's bullish with against Ethereum. So I'm pretty convinced that I'm going to move my Ethereum more so into Solana, and I'll have a look at other charts and see which ones are more favorable. But definitely I'm going to increase my purse onto Solana. And I did say with my other chart that Solana is likely to go up to $400 or so, and potentially more if we look at the bigger time frame, and we'll see how if that compares to Ethereum's historical price action. So 2-day chart this is, and so the 2-day chart still looking bullish, still there. Weekly, just this has got a long way to go. Look at that. So that was another sign as well. Damn it, just saw it there. That was a breakout from the weekly. Look at that. That would have been it there. The momentum was to the upside. Even though it pulled back, this was pulling back. That turn around, damn it. Sometimes you got to revisit these charts, but here we go. So if I get rid of the MACD for a sec, everything crossed over there. That was a bullish sign. Man, it's a few weeks ago. Bummer. Didn't look at it. Alright then, that's what I got. Bullish Solana against Ethereum. If we have other chart, give me a sec. I had the other against Bitcoin. Here we go. Ethereum against Bitcoin. Very similar in a sense. We have this range, accumulation range. When it comes to Bitcoin, it's still doing good. It's probably gonna it's performing better than Bitcoin now. It was in a range, And if you look at this, if you look at my chart from a number of ways, point of control was there. Let's just get rid of this for a sec. And for those who can't see it, selling climax, automatic rally, comes back down, secondary test, and what we have is pretty much a formation breakout. Maybe that was it there, that line there. If we were to do our lines, that was acting as support, Fibonacci fan if you want to use it. But what we can see is here, so we're on the daily, that was our daily level, and yep, we hit it. Okay, so we're going to have resistance on the daily level for against Bitcoin. So I wouldn't be doing anything yet. I'll be looking for a bit of a pullback potentially. Yeah, so I wouldn't change anything with Ethereum. It's going, I mean, it's on Bitcoin. So Solana against Bitcoin on the daily is looking good. Let's look on the weekly for a sec. I should have done that first. That looks like a reversal structure. It's still not broken out, but it can. And let's just clean that up. Now what we have is all the macro moving averages that were acting as resistance along the way. It's crossing over. So this one here, they just add the crossover. So it's crossed over. The 10 and 20 moving average on the weekly has crossed over, which is a good sign. And it's, if you look at this point of control, it acted as support as well as the 10 and 20 moving average coming there. So let's just see where that is. That is a 200 daily EMA, and this is a 200 SMA, and you can see how that works. Point of control comes back, so what it's done is it's broken that level, pulled back perfectly, and I should have entered there if I saw it. And I was mentioning that before the other day, and now this is likely to consolidate under resistance and then potentially break out. I'm still bullish, and Bitcoin might be, it's looking bullish, but let's see, it might range, give this enough time to make a move as well. Let's look at this from there, Fibonacci, and okay, the 0.382 makes sense. So what I'm doing is just relatively eyeing that level. That's a I think if I was average it, that would have been a good resistance level, so I'm using that as one. So that could be the weekly level with the wicks. We also have this weekly level. We've got a lot here, so that might be another level of resistance for future reference. Just eyeing it out. It's not an easy one. Definitely here, right there. I think that's a good line, and there we got that there as well. So let's look at this. Just push this back. Let's see what we got there. Point of control further down. Yep, still there, and our point of control is here. Just below. I'll put that in. It's a template. Point of control not there. Damn it. Oh, wrong thing. That's what I wanted in POC. Right, so from an indicator perspective, this is bullish. It just kicked in above 50%, all the momentum's to the upside, and RSI is also to the upside. If we look at the RSI on the weekly, it's pretty much broken that level, and it's, if it closes above, so we've got a few days for it to close, but it's looking bullish. Now let's go to the 3 day. 3 day is also, look at that, Phoenix RSI hit that level we had on the weekly and bounced off, and so it's broken that moving average on the RSI. So this is still likely to continue going up, although it's got resistance. Let's see how on the daily. Daily still strong. It might not break it. It might get something like that, but is a good time to enter. Let's look on the 4 hour. So the 4 hour, that was a nice move. Look at that, all that strong move on the 4 hour. We've got the dots, which is showing that overextended bullish. The bullish divergence is coming on the 4 hour, but that's the 4 hour. You could still, if we look at the 8 hour, it's probably got none. Yep, it's got none. So The momentum is to the upside, although this candle doesn't look the best. I would look for Solana to go with Ethereum pairing at this point. And I'm going to leave that at that, guys. Hopefully that gives you some indication for the Solana against the US dollar. Look at the previous post I did 2 days ago. I'm going to wrap it up on that and talk to you soon. Cheers.